person's legs, like the
Oh,
sleeve,
finish
the
the
tattoo. We'll talk about it after recording.
Yeah. No, we are recording.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to the show.
doing?
It is Monday.
It's Monday.
Yeah. And we're here recording. And you're not in a hospital.
No.
Because you were in hospital last time we recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. We
Elevator.
Yeah, that was a fun.
I never heard back from,
That was a fun experience.
was it Zoe?
Yeah, Zoe. Yeah, you liked Zoe, didn't you? A little bit of Zoe. I ran into that orderly.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I ran into our chlamydia, Mr. Chlamydia.
Mr. Chlamydia.
Yeah. I think twice. Just like bing, and it'll open. I'm like, hey.
I know, right? I hope I run into him in the street. I could just
Yo,
go,
it's the
whoa, Mr. Chlamydia.
No, he go to shake his hand. Whoa. Clap. No, I was surprised when they gave me the discharge papers because I had a pancreas attack the day before, and then the surgeons came in. When was it? Thursday morning, and and they said, do you feel like going home? I'm like, is that a rhetorical question? Yeah, of course. I was real surprised by it. And then I've had the classic hospital hangover. Like I said, I had a pancreas attack the day before, so I was pumped full of fentanyl.
Yep.
And the day of, there's the odd fentanyl here and there.
Yeah.
So you're up to the capacity that a patient can take fentanyl. They gave me the max amount you're allowed to take. So it goes from that, and then you come home. There's no fentanyl at home.
Yeah.
So there's the crash.
Yeah.
The old hospital hangover, man. So I only really got out of bed yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So another that's twice in a month, bro.
Wow.
It's twice in a month. I'm so close. It's such a weird goal. It's not a goal, but I'm only days away from 100 days.
This year.
100 days of in hospital this year.
100 days and 12 months we worked out.
No. This is minus the because I was including the day after Boxing Day till New Year's Eve, which is 5 days.
Yeah, that's cool.
I took that off.
So with that, you probably are over.
No, I'm just below.
Just
I can't
below.
remember what the exact amount, but it's 97, 98 days I've spent in this hospital.
Yeah.
So I spent nearly a third of the year.
That's a long time.
It blows me away. Christmas is nearly here. This year is just.
All right, 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Someone said to me today.
Christmas, that's now in the conversation now because we're here now. It's nearly December.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy, bro. This year.
It's insane.
Fuck. I feel like we did
Yeah.
Regardless, I feel like whether you had a year like mine where you spend most of it in bed or you had your typical working life, family life year.
Yep.
I think everyone's in the same boat. This year, for whatever reason, disappeared.
It did.
Yeah.
Especially given the previous few years before it.
Yeah, this was what you consider just a normal year. No, crazy dramas.
Well, not here.
No, we're like us. We didn't really
us for our,
get affected.
For our country, yeah. It has gone quick, and we come into that year where you start reflecting. That point of the year where you look back and
because you have nothing to distract you.
Yep.
So you're just snuggled into normal life.
Yeah.
You can then look within, right? You can.
That's it.
Start looking at. Do you look at are you honest with yourself when it comes to all the bad stuff?
About myself?
Yeah, are you quite self-critical?
Man, I'm so glad you asked that, and that we did not set this up. You've just legit asked me that, and I'll tell you why. Is because I recently watched something, and it was so powerful.
Yeah.
To me,
probably was it a motivational video kind of clip?
I'll explain in a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was so powerful to me that it did make me think of myself. It did make me withdraw a bit from my normal negative self-reflection, which I've talked about before.
Right.
And actually made me really think about how I think about that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, 100% makes sense.
So the video itself it's a really strange one. But I'll tell you what it is. I'll send you the link, and I'll put a link into the description of this pod. I don't know the name off the top of my head, but it's a guy. He's a photographer, and I've been watching a few of his videos, and we watched this in class the other week, and it was so powerful. And it's about taking self-portraits, and not the like duck face from above on an. Do you know what I mean?
No, I feel you.
I look pretty social media, like actual self-portraits.
This clip sounds like it's opened the door to more self-awareness that you didn't have before. Like,
yes,
because now you're looking at like you're used to telling yourself that your
whatever
self-criticism
yeah
is a good thing because you're picking out faults that you can learn from.
Yeah.
But now you're looking at it as like, am I being like narcissistic to myself?
That's exactly it.
You know, am I taking a narcissistic view and by default I look at the bad?
Yeah.
And by doing so, you don't stop and smell the roses and enjoy the good that you did. You're not honest with yourself. Because some people like the opposite. Yeah. They're very happy to tell themselves like, fuck yeah, I did this. And we'll gloss over the bad. Yeah. Whereas you and I are the same. Like, I will magnify the bad to the point where I don't see the good.
Yeah. And if you're one of these people who are the previous, you know, like, I did this, I'm awesome and I'm great. We're not saying that's wrong. Fucking we envy what you have.
Yeah.
We're not putting you in a bad light.
But also know that you everyone else thinks you're an asshole.
No. Not at all. But like, well, some of you. But like, no, I don't, yeah. But this was about a guy. Sorry, the sun is right in your eyes, isn't it?
Yeah, keep talking. I'm gonna sit opposite you.
Oh yeah.
Dick to dick.
We can dock.
Oh, am I? What's docking again?
When you enter each other's penises, I think.
No, I learnt.
Dick docking, isn't it?
No, sound. That's sounding.
No, sounding's when you put things up your own penis.
Oh, and you put things in your... we were talking about the catheter, right? And that's how that combo...
Yeah, no, we were talking about... Anyway, the artist, the photographer...
Oh, yeah.
The photographer had all these body issues, even though he's like, you look at me and I'm like the skinny guy and all that sort of thing, and I know for some of you going, you know, whatever... But for him, it's the other way around. He's like, he hates how skinny he is and all this sort of shit.
And it doesn't matter what you say, it's how he feels.
It's how he feels, yeah, exactly.
We all have those.
And he was talking about he's got scarring on his face, you know, like pock marks, and he's got these gangly hands where you can see all the veins and all, you know, and he like, I hate all this stuff about me. Oh. But then one day he was like, he was in a hotel room, and he doesn't say it, but I picked up that he was alone in a hotel room feeling bad. Do you know what I mean? Mm. I know exactly what he's saying. He didn't have to say it, but I was like, I'm fucking right there with you. And then he's like, I set up a camera and a light, just simple pocket camera, and he took off all his clothes, and he got his dick real fucking hard. Yeah. No, he just sat in a chair. He set a timer on the camera and just sat in a chair and took a photo of himself. You didn't see anything. There was no genitals in it or anything. But like the photo was
you sounded disappointed when you
I really was.
And because I saw no dick and balls.
I saw the size of those hands, and I'm like, I can appreciate a nice cock, you know. I don't want to touch it, but fucking look at that one. Cheryl, come look at this one.
Holy shit, that's a big one.
Yeah, well, it's dripping a bit.
It's breathing.
Yeah. What's the cottage cheese like? It was such a beautiful photo. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, cottage cheese just nails. It's just so graphic. Is that the word?
Yep. Such a good descriptor.
Yeah, that put me off.
Anyway, this is not why I brought up self-reflection.
Yeah, so going back home, man, we really took a U-turn. But like to rewind, the whole
end of year.
Yeah, so with your revelation that hey, maybe like I could do things better.
Yeah.
Have you since then reassessed your goals and reassessed like what you did good and bad this year?
No.
Because you haven't. Are you going to?
Possibly.
I think we've brought up a good point. Like I'm guilty of this too. Like, but I always catch myself doing it. That's I think I'm a step in front of you, like, because I've been doing it for a while, like,
yeah,
because my habit is like always like anything to do with myself, like you know, and there could be some amazing shit that you've done. Like I've done shit like in my life that I forget about, and then I'll be talking to someone about it. They're like, oh, back up, you did what?
Yeah,
you know, like
you still do that to me, and we talk all the time.
What's that?
I'd say something and I'm like, what? When did you do that?
Oh yeah, like,
do you know what I mean? Like I still get that
because I kind of, you know, because then by doing so you're because you're obviously talking about something like good. So
Yeah.
so that means by default I'm saying nice things about myself.
Yeah,
That's fucking hard to do for me.
it is. Yeah,
So you gotta consciously like work on it, but
yeah,
it's worth doing because for me, like, I could sit here and rattle off a massive list of things that sucked this year and
Yeah.
things that I didn't enjoy, things I did wrong,
yeah,
yada yada. And you may look at it like there's not much good to take from this
Yeah.
year, but if you do, it feels like if we made like a line down a page,
Yeah.
the good and the bad, like it would feel good to have a few things written down compared to zero.
I
You know,
definitely.
like,
Yeah,
I think you're on the. I think you should really, now that you're aware of it, bro. Like,
oh, there's definitely things I have thought about a lot in the last few weeks, especially
yeah.
that I'm really happy I've done. Like, I'm so glad I did it.
Oh, that's cool hearing that. So you actually like reflect, like patting yourself on the back.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, that's cool. You don't get it. We don't do enough of that.
Yeah, this probably sounds yuck because I'm eating a lolly, but one of them was just like enrolling in UCOL,
Yeah,
getting in that course because
that's an easy.
I probably shouldn't have gone in that course.
Nah.
But
You're here now.
well, no, because the requisite for the course is that you've done the previous course, and I hadn't done it.
Oh, do you feel like you're constantly playing catch up?
Not. I just kind of feel like I've skipped the queue, and I feel bad.
Right, like you haven't paid your dues, kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, like
Because there were others who have done the previous course
Yeah.
and now in this course and whatever, and I just came.
Can you imagine if like everything was sweet, like with you and your classmates, and then so hold up, whoa, are you you a freshman?
Yeah.
You mean you didn't do level 1? And like to them, that's all they talk about. Like, what about those fuckers that come along and skip level 1? Like,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, everyone hates you. You don't pay your dues, freshman. I just picture you scrubbing the floor.
busting trays at the
wearing a
canteen.
bandana like it's not tied properly at the back.
It's not tied properly because I'm really white and I don't know how to do it well.
Do you know what would like? I joke about how I reckon I'd make a good Indian, just because of the way I look and the accent.
Yeah.
But if it was part of the thing, you know, where I have to wear that turban, I wouldn't. My eczema, bro.
Oh,
But imagine that you're conflicted because you've got horrible eczema under your turban, but it's against your religion to take it off, and then you're like, I can't take it off, but I'm bleeding.
no, I reckon they would have. I reckon they would know of like some ancient
Oils.
that they put on, and it's no problem.
I went to a naturopath years and years ago now in Terrace End, and one of the things he gave me was like this Indian oil that I put on my body, and I had to go to the steam room at the Lido.
Yeah.
So I had to cover myself head to toe in this Indian oil and then go into that. And it's basically like iodine. Like,
Wow.
so I was going in there looking like a Polynesian Oompa Loompa kind of thing. And like you're sitting there in the steam room and people come in and look at me because I have it all over my face as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, what up? Well,
Come on in.
they see through the steam like it's just these two like eye socket like yo, every time like. But there were a couple of times I remember where the person that came in would politely not say anything.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't make eye contact.
Yeah.
And you know me, I'm just gonna be like, hello.
What's your name?
And it was just short answers like, you're good.
Yeah.
Just getting through my sort. I was like getting through it. Like I just want to get out of here.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, do I be a cunt and keep talking to him, knowing that it's making him really uncomfortable and I'm getting great satisfaction from it, or do I just stop talking to him?
If I had a way to put you back in time into your own body, I would no, just into your consciousness. I would get you to turn to that person and be like, "My dick's blue too."
To what person?
The person who came in is feeling really awkward.
Oh yeah. That's
What colour was the iodine? Blue? Was it blue?
nah, it's like dark brown, you know.
Oh, dark brown.
Greenish
So
brown.
it looks like varnish.
Yeah, yeah,
My dick's brown too.
yeah. It's brown hair.
Yeah.
Brown hair.
You think this is strange? My dick's green.
Before we were recording, by the way, we were talking about you've got a Homer Simpson tattoo on your calf.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And when we like linked up again in life, when I joined the Comedy Hub 2019, that was like I saw it like and
Greatest comedy producers in town.
and because of our studio, shout out to Inksmith Wanganui.
Yep.
Tristan, the bro out there, like, well, him and I worked in the mall together. He was at Mr. Minute in the food court, and I was right across at STA Travel, and we'll link up every lunchtime, just sitting there like, what are we doing here? Like, what are we, well, we can, like, he's like, what are you doing in retail? Like, you should be out there, like, your insurance days, because I quit for a while.
Yep.
And like, he's like, do you think I want to be engraving and cutting keys forever? Like, fuck this shit. And then he's like, I'm gonna start like a tattoo business. So he started it, like literally started it at home, and like he needed like people to tattoo on. So I was like I think it was third person, like, and now Inksmith is like this, it's got we've got 2 studios now. And so I'd love to meet some tattoos. And I asked you, like, are you going to have the whole family on your leg? And I asked you if you're going to have, like, an original, like, where it's like every pose is different, or do you have, like, a scene in mind, or, like, the classic family on the couch thing? But it sounds like you're going to customize it, so every
character's kind of doing how I think of them.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, and you forgot to tell me about Maggie.
Oh, Maggie, I reckon. Oh, now Maggie, I have thought about that.
High chair, no high chair.
No,
Crawling.
on the ground.
Oh yeah.
Up, like asking to be picked up.
Oh, nice.
Like looking out of my. Do you know what I mean? Like looking to who he was looking at.
And what's
like,
Bart doing?
I reckon Bart's leaning on a skateboard because I always like that look for him.
Bubblegum bubble or no bubblegum bubble?
No, just smiling happy.
Slingshot in the back pocket or no
Possibly,
slingshot?
yeah. Possibly a slingshot.
And what's Marge doing?
Nervous behind Homer, but acting shy.
Right, and that's going to be for like the width of your calf, or do
It'll
you
probably
wanna...
wrap around.
So you're gonna gotta make it a sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, I just figured like
if you're gonna wrap it around, you might as well have some shading around it or something, or make it a sleeve and
put them in Moe's.
Chuck in some like something original like Roman numerals. So original. I love it when people come in and they ask for tattoos that that are overdone, but. I'm long overdue to get, like, when Dad died 2016 now. I can't believe that. 7 years, it feels like last year. I was meant to get a tattoo, and I was meant to get another one done. So I'm long overdue.
Yeah.
I'm long overdue. Like, do you remember the feeling now? Like, do you remember getting your tattoo, the first one? Where did you get your first tattoo, by the way?
Oh, some shop in Papakura.
Yeah.
I was 18.
Which one did you get done?
Oh, one of the tiny little one on my arm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which now is like an underline for Sophie's name, which is way bigger.
How much? Do you remember how much? Do you remember how much? How it felt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being like, "Holy shit!"
Definitely, that first line is definitely different.
It's torture, yeah.
Because you can't really explain it.
No.
Like, but it's.
The only way I can explain it is like when you were younger, or even now, I'm sure, but. Been God knows how long
just
since
get a box cutter and
pen.
just
No, you remember back in the day you would get those pens and they were like real super fine tip and they were like sharp. It was like, imagine someone took one of those and is drawing as hard as they can on your skin, slow.
they're tracing something really slowly.
And then, but outlining sucks, but colouring is fine because they use the broad needles.
Yeah, I've seen many of people cry in pain.
Yeah,
like. There's been a few times, man, where they'll be screaming, and so he'd call me in, to like sort of comfort, like she wants to squeeze a hand, so to speak.
Oh yeah.
And like she was getting her sternum and under boob done.
Oh, ouch.
She was, but she was well endowed, sort of. She was a looker.
Yeah.
She was beautiful. Okay, like
yeah.
I walked in, and. Tristan and I just made eye contact, but that said it all. Like, it was more like, you're welcome.
Yeah.
But that's happened a few times. Like, and there was one dude, he was getting his chest done.
Yeah.
And he was like, he couldn't do it. and another guy's getting his ribs done.
Mm-hmm.
There's some like,
There's some real painful spots.
I remember like he hit a vein somewhere.
I was going to say, I bet your elbow fucking hurt.
Yeah, the elbow and the inside of the elbow.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the pull because that's where like blood
Yeah.
fills up. But the thing is, I've had eczema my whole life, right? So I've got eczema scarring. So like he said to me, he's like, bro, you know, you're the hardest skin I've ever had to tattoo, like legitimately. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, like it's because of your eczema scarring.
Yeah.
He goes, because sometimes he pushes really hard, and I have actually got like raised bits.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason why he goes, your skin is like tattooing wheat bix is the best way to describe it. That was a really good description. Like, I was
you get it straight away.
So he was like, so you got to press really hard, and because it's obviously like moving. So each layer is kind of like it's not lined up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like he's got to go through one layer at a time because tattoos are not erasable.
No.
So he doesn't want to make it all squiggly and shit. Because at first he was like, we always talk shit. So when he was like, your skin is the shits.
Yeah.
I was like, but when he was like, no, I'm not actually kidding.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
Well, are you have you got a inkling to do any more? Like, or
I want to get Bricken's name because I got all the kids' names.
do you have an idea in mind?
No, I usually wait till they're a little older.
Yeah.
And then they can help choose what they want.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, Sophie didn't because she was our first kid when I kind of rushed into it.
Yeah.
But the other two girls kind of had an input into theirs. So.
That's buzzy that you said that because, and I was talking about the same thing I said to you. I'm like, oh, Uncle Tristan was saying that I should get all my tattoos in one go.
Yeah.
Because I'm long overdue.
Yeah.
And I said, like, I haven't even got yours. Like,
yeah.
But that's not because of procrastinating. Nothing came to mind. Like, I'm not going to be like, yeah, that's nice, and try and loosely link it to Kiana. Like, nothing's just sprung to mind. Like, or like has hit me. Like, where it's like, yeah, that's because the one I've got now, like, that's very unique, like, to the family.
Yeah.
But like getting a random dragon because it looks cool.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to do like a big. It was the New Plymouth Tattoo Convention. Like, it was a long time ago now, and we were literally driving there, and halfway there, he's like, bro, like, honest. I was like, honest what? He's like, keen to do a whole back piece tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, like, and he started like, like a big Yakuza dragon with the Japanese symbols down each side. I'm like, yeah, that's badass as fuck, but like that.
Yeah.
Why would I have that? Like, he's like, just because it looks fucking sick, G.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it doesn't connect to me. Like, kind of like the Batista fucking back tat. Like,
yeah.
So I like so we did the same thing because she was like looking at tattoos, and I'm like, I go, when the time is right, like I'm not gonna sit here with a tattoo and say I'm against tattoos. So then we were like, we should pick one each.
Yeah.
Because like
that's cool.
Yeah, because it's gotten to a point now where she's not like a little baby and you're holding her and you just get her name because that was what I was meant to do. Yeah. Like nothing really. I wanted like a little bit extra to add to it. Yeah. I'm like, it'll come to me. Yeah. And it just never really did. But she might like point something out, or it might be like a phrase we have, or a place that we go, or a food we eat, or a certain color.
It might also be something that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. So
like she's studying and stuff like that. So
because honestly, man, you should come to. How about we get tattoos at the same time? How about we do a podcast while we get tattoos?
Well, you hook it up. I'll fucking drive us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tristan, I know you're listening. Honestly.
Yeah.
So we're coming.
You hook it up. I'm happy to give.
What's that, Tristan? What? Well, he's just in my headphones. What? Bottle of Jack Daniels. Yeah. Okay, I'll tell him. Yeah, you reckon this is a bottle of Jack and we're good?
Just those little ones, eh? Just those.
Yeah, those ones in the snack bar. You didn't say how big. Yeah. Aha. Oh, what do you know, you putz? Oh, that's to me one of the hardest accents to do. Like, is the old Jewish man, the old Jewish Brooklyn man, especially. Yeah. And it's because Eddie Murphy just does it so well. Like, when he's like, wait a second, he's like. Wait! Oh man,
no, you can't even do it.
You got to like scream it, but husk it at the back.
Yeah,
like it's another really hard accent is to do well. Might I add, is the Boston accent.
Oh yeah.
Like just watch The Departed.
Yeah.
Watch The Departed.
Yeah.
Or like Good Will Hunting.
Here we go. I got a question for you. What's the Mount Rushmore? Okay, here we go. What's the Mount Rushmore of Eddie Murphy characters? Like where he plays...
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
something where he's either in prosthetics or makeup or
Just a
animated or whatever.
Character from a movie.
Yeah, but it can't be like him in like Coming to America. Just like the one where he's all
where
he's being someone else than the main.
Oh, that's really hard now. I don't know.
That white Jewish guy's got to be like fucking. If he's not one, he's two.
Anything after the year 2000 is hacky as fuck.
Yeah, so the clumps.
I don't know. But I could maybe, if you can broaden the question, maybe can we meet halfway? Like to any sort of character he's played in a movie.
Okay, fine. That's a bit more boring, but yeah, okay.
No, because
no.
Now, how many movies has he like played like a character?
Like an extra character, like more than one character.
Your question.
Okay. Well,
like
there's Coming to America. Norbit. The Clumps. That was a sequel, wasn't it?
Okay, well, if you want to count that, yeah.
I'm sure there's.
That's what I'm saying is
Donkey from Shrek.
There's not. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's not much to choose from.
I'm fucking sure there's more.
Nah, that's when you rattled that stipulation. I'm like, oh, I just saw like diminishing options.
Yeah.
That's it, right?
I guess. Wasn't he in Flubber? Oh, that was Robin Williams.
Yeah, oh man, yeah. I get them mixed up all the time.
They should have crossed over that movie and done the Flubby Nutter Professor or something like that, you know what I mean?
Imagine if he just did Robin Williams a little cameo in the lab of the Nutty Professor.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, R.I.P. man.
Eddie Murphy's career.
Yeah, what's happening with that Netflix?
Movie
but
career.
I can't ever throw shade at Eddie Murphy because I was a kid.
But so what's the top 4 Eddie Murphy roles?
Okay, Axel Foley.
I was going to say Axel Foley has to be the biggest because
I love
so
that.
good.
Like, and knowing that like he's like kind of like a semi ad lib, knowing that there's a lot of ad lib going on, like and the way he's like, "Hey man," yes. Axel Foley's one, man. Like the black barber in Coming to America. Okay, I can't come back. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a hard one, because he's so much.
Man, in terms of like,
I loved him in this.
You just asked such a difficult question, mate.
Like this wouldn't make top 4, but one of my favourite movies of his is Life with, you know where he goes to jail.
Yeah.
Martin Lawrence.
That movie.
So good.
Oh man, how's like you spend a lot of time inside, and I don't really get out much lately.
Yeah.
What's been going on in the comedy world?
Nothing.
What was that laugh for?
I'm done with the comedy world.
Okay.
I retire from the comedy world. Like seriously, I don't want to.
Was I meant to know that? What was the laugh for?
You know what it's for, bitch. You know what you're doing. Such a cunt.
Casting the line out.
Yeah.
I didn't catch anything.
Yeah. No, I'm about done with comedy, eh?
Yeah? You just need a break?
I just need to walk away.
All right. Immediately look at the good from that, like in terms of the amount of energy and time you can have for your photography now.
It's not just that, but this is the first
try and look at the good.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I don't think I need to. Like, this is the first time I've gone, I don't want to do this anymore, and not gone, oh, but maybe.
You're not in two minds about it?
I'm
very clear on what...
I'm good.
Okay.
And if I end up doing, like, one gig every year, just to remind myself, or just to prove I can still do it, like an open mic, or do one open mic a year.
Okay.
Fuck it. Then I'm good with that for the rest of my life.
I think this is a sign for me to come back then.
Yeah, I think you should. There's a space to be filled.
There's space to be filled. And there's definitely a void in my life at the moment. Like, we're talking on the phone yesterday.
Yeah.
And talking about like purpose.
Yeah.
And I need to find some sort of but
New
how
purpose.
limited I am at the moment with this recovery and the constant hospital things. Like what I would like ideally like if I say like what in
Like magic wand
if you
talk.
could if I had a magic wand and I could turn you into any version of yourself, like in your life, like what age would you want to be right now if I could just go click and you're still you right
So
now.
I know what I know.
Yeah, your body's gonna change. It's purely a physical thing.
Oh, purely physical thing.
Yeah.
Um,
You can take into account all things. Sorry, but yeah, physical as well.
So
Just
I'm
the
still
perfect
me
version
here,
of you.
but I have the body of when I was.
Yeah.
Then probably like
Or
high
just
school.
what was your best year?
Just like, or like a year, probably the last year of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was 2018.
Yeah.
2018, because by then I lost that 40 kegs and I turned my whole life around, right? Like I've talked about it before, like, but that was the best I've ever like been physically, mentally, and spiritually, right?
Yeah.
If I could be that person again, where I can actually do shit, ideally, like I would, because like I've burnt through all my savings, obviously, so I'm week to week at the moment, so I would happily get a 9 to 5 just to make some bank, and then like that means getting like finally like being well enough to have my own place again, because like the harsh reality is it's I kind of need someone in the house with me, for things that happen. So that like I want to go to and I miss the gym. I miss the gym because it's such a good it's so good for you mentally. Honestly, like it's just like a drug. It's and funny enough, when I got like told I haven't medically I'm not allowed to go to the gym back in 2019. Funny enough, that's when the drugs and alcohol started to pick up. I just realized that now, like,
oh wow,
because
you had a void.
Because that was my antidepressant, was the gym. So I like it's not just simply about like physical. It's actually more. I missed the mental positive like impact it had on me. So like job, gym, and comedy, because comedy was my creative outlet. Plus like they're our friends as well.
Oh yeah, totally.
I want to do those three things, but I can't. I even like for this recording, I can only confirm, on the day. Because every day is literally different. Regardless how I felt yesterday. So I'm real, and the the physical ailments, stuff like the gym's not a thing. So I can't commit to anything. But if I can try like my best to even just sporadically go to like the odd show. Like I need that mental outlet. I think that's fucking important. Because you can become a robot in life. Like wake up to your alarm, like shower. Coffee and cigarette, whatever. Get in the car, work, come home, kids, wife, bed. Right, like, and then you wake up and 3 years have gone by. And you realize like maybe part of why I'm miserable. Is I'm not doing anything for myself. Like when was the last time I did something I enjoyed? When was the last time I used to do this. Like you start realizing your conversations of when I used to do this. But so why did you stop? Like I miss playing poker. Like I've been getting since we've been talking about our poker game. I've been like, and I missed out on a game in Auckland on Friday. And so I need some purpose because yesterday was I don't want that to happen again. I had a bad one.
Had
didn't
a
we?
bad day.
Yeah.
Well,
I was this is the first time I've been out of the house since the hospital, bro. So, if everyone listening, for the last, I've been here for about an hour and a half, and your mum and Jen was here as well. We had a good old like just hangout. And then you and I just had a little like a bro hangout before we started recording. So I was on a bit of a high when we started this recording because I fucking needed that. But then it's now I'm sort of coming back to earth. Like it made me think about yesterday. I had some issues yesterday, and I was screaming out for help to the point I was messaging you, and it's like it's too much to text. Can I call you? And I said some shit. over the phone, man. Like,
Yeah.
and
We talked for a while.
I want to ask you, like,
Yeah.
when I'm trying to put myself in your shoes. So imagining if the roles were switched.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know, how was it for you having a close friend say the things that I was saying? You know, like how, like, as I, you know, let's say suicide was in the conversation. We'll put it that way, and anxiety and panic attacks.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, and I want to know, when I was telling you all this, what are you doing? Where are you? What are you thinking? What's on your mind?
So,
how do you react to like a phone call like that?
So it was hard. The phone call was really hard. Do you know what I mean? And I kept reminding myself, like, you can't just solve. You got to remember, he's got to solve this himself.
Yeah, because you know,
because
like,
I can't give
firsthand,
you. I can give you all the piss poor advice, like keep
but
your
you know
chin up,
firsthand,
which I did end up saying.
I actually been like,
I know,
in a good
I know,
way,
and I
in a
know
good
you
way.
would. I knew you would,
Like,
but like you know,
or you see me like that photo of that cat hanging by a tree, and it just hang in there.
hang in there, kitty.
I'm like, you motherfucker. Okay, yeah.
So I had to, like, I always have to remind myself, like, all you can do is listen. Do you know what I mean? And all you can do is try and remind him of the things you've already talked about and all that sort of thing, which is exactly what I did.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, this sounds weird, but I think you'll get it. By the time we ended the call, I was relieved because I knew you were going to be okay.
Yeah.
Because you had reached out.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. By the time we got through it all,
Was the vibe and energy of the call different by the end?
It wasn't. Don't get me wrong. It wasn't like I was going to crack open the champagne. But I knew you. Like, I was like, okay, he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
For today, he's going to be okay. And I was relieved because you wouldn't have reached out otherwise.
Yeah.
I think you just needed that. You needed to hear what you knew, because that's all I said. Everything I said is stuff you know.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't go into the whole.
That's often the best way, like, because I find Kiana does that a lot now at home.
Yeah.
And she doesn't do it in a snarky way or anything, but she literally uses words that I've taught her.
Yeah.
You know, to either remind me or to tell me off. Like, Dad, didn't you tell me that blah 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 blah? Well, didn't you say once, like, blah 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 blah? And it's like, I can't argue with my own logic and words.
Exactly.
You know, sometimes logic, but fuck, man.
Yeah.
It was a really, really, really hard day.
Yeah.
You know, it was coming off the old hospital hangover.
Yeah.
As well, so I think there was a bit of the crash maybe had a bit to do with it. That and lack of sleep.
Yeah.
But also I found myself sitting up in bed, in kind of in a way, like, feeling like, man, I feel worse when I'm home compared to the hospital. I had that feeling for a bit, but then I realized the reason why is because when you're in the hospital, all I'm thinking about, you're constantly reminded and surrounded by the fact that you're there for a physical ailment.
Yeah.
And because it's a hospital, you're just in, like, robot mode.
Yep.
You know, so you really don't have any feelings. So mental health is kind of okay in there.
Yeah.
But when you get home, you know, it's just you in your room, and it just started building. I felt it coming. I felt it coming, and then I noticed I was going outside for more cigarettes through the night, the first night.
Yeah.
Because I noticed every time I went to take a drag of the cigarette, I could see the ash. Yeah. I was real shaky. And then I knew what was coming. Yeah. So I went back into my room, and then I tried to get comfortable. But it was like 3 a.m. Yeah. And I think I just said out loud, "Oh fuck," So then immediately I put on, like, stuff like Netflix that make me laugh, you know, to try and the thing is though is I'm ascending into this descending into this anxiety hole, panic attack hole. But these things were still making me laugh. Like, there was the odd Bill Burr clip, and then I just potlucked some Seinfeld episodes.
Nice. Yeah, cool.
I watched one episode of IT Crowd. Take one guess what it was.
Season 2, The Theatre.
Yeah, nailed it. Yeah, the group out of the staff. I'm disabled. Yeah, so I was doing all that, but I tried to meditate. Sort of thing. So I just sat, it's perfectly dark in my room, sitting on my bed cross-legged, and just sitting there, and I watched like a couple of meditation.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is I was doing what I was in my control to try and at least dampen the fire that was coming.
Keeping your brain going in a positive.
More often than not, especially when I first started getting anxiety,
Yeah.
it would come like as a surprise.
Yeah.
Like imagine like an earthquake. It just happens, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like this time around, it's like you can see the hurricane on the horizon, and it's going to come straight for you, and there's nowhere you can go.
Yeah.
But it's like the impending damage.
Yeah.
That is actually so much worse. It's
Yeah.
a slow burn. Like you just go from 1 to 10, but over like a 12-hour period.
Yep.
It was hell. And then by the time the morning came,
Yeah.
I was rocking in my I was
Yeah.
talking out loud. I was just like clicking my knuckles.
Yeah.
Blowing through my cigarettes.
Yeah.
I wasn't eating.
Yeah.
And the thoughts were getting louder. The want to do it was
Yeah.
getting strong, and then I have a big box of pills, and I whipped up a concoction.
Yeah.
And I had it in my hand. I started shaking it and rocking it, and usually that's sort of like it's like, well, like to a point where I'm yelling at myself, well, are you gonna do it or not? Like,
Yeah.
you can be a little bitch and bitch out, or
Yeah.
are you gonna like do the smart thing and throw them away? Like,
Yeah.
it's like because there's no coming back from that. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself.
Yeah.
But that wasn't doing anything
Yeah. Yeah.
this time round.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I just, like panic attack, anxiety attack, and I'm like, oh no,
Yeah.
like, oh no,
Yeah.
fuck. And then I messaged you,
Yeah.
and then it was like, no, I need to talk.
Yeah.
And then what I did is I went out and I had a candid conversation with Kiana,
Yeah.
and it was beautiful.
Yeah. Cool.
Because I was venting everything,
Yeah.
everything, and it's a very, very long list
Yeah.
of things I deal with daily.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's all that past trauma too on top of everything that's happened. And she said some really nice words.
Yep.
So I felt like I was saying to her, I feel like I'm a shit dad
Yeah.
because I'm unwell a lot.
Yeah.
When I could be doing shit with you, we could be going places like,
Yeah.
I could, and she shut me down real fast.
Yeah.
And she's, just said beautiful words that you'd want your daughter to say to you, man.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
And then there was a tear or two. But I realised this subject is actually quite touchy for some people.
Yeah.
And I've been told by people, in a good way, but I've been told by people that they wouldn't talk so openly about suicide to their kids.
Yeah.
And I feel like when it comes to parenting decisions, there's no right or wrong. You have no right to tell someone what's
Raise
right or
their
wrong,
kid.
right?
Yep. 100%.
But want to ask you, how do you feel about being very, very transparent with your mental health to your kids? Like, do you have a line?
I think I do, but through my kids' lives, we've never hidden anything from them. So
Yeah, you're a very open family.
yeah, like we don't hide violence. We don't hide violence. That sounds like we make a lot of violence.
Yeah.
We don't hide the fact that there's violence in the world.
Punch them in the liver, no bruising.
we don't hide the fact that we live in a very violent world. Like there are wars, literal wars going on as we speak.
Yep. You wouldn't even let
and not one fucking war too, like several.
And you wouldn't even let Sophie watch Sopranos yet,
I have not stopped it. She doesn't want to watch it.
Oh, but I remember at the time you were telling me, no, like because she's not quite ready yet.
I don't. That was more of a maturity thing.
Yeah.
She probably is pretty there now.
Yeah, this was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think she probably just wouldn't want to watch it because it's not her cup of tea. But anyway, so we've never hidden anything from we've never hidden language.
Yeah,
we've never hidden anything. So I don't see why this would be so different.
Yeah.
I think the conversation you had with your daughter had to be had.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
I think if Sophie was at Kiana's age, I probably would have, whatever, I would have had the same conversation as well. I wouldn't have hid it from her.
Yeah, she was. If anything, it's made her. going back
I'm
to my
with you.
question, you're
Yeah.
on this side of the fence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I completely understand.
I can see
how-
why people wouldn't want that.
Yeah, I definitely don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Because where do you draw the line with what you can and can't say?
Yeah.
And bearing in mind, my daughter's like turning her next birthday is she's 18. Like she's 17 at the moment.
Yeah. She's
Like,
an
she
adult.
fucking knows enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. My thing is she already knows pretty much everything, but
Yeah.
she didn't. This was like, it's like when I get a pancreas attack at the hospital, they call it a flare up.
Yeah.
This was like a mental health flare up.
Yeah.
You know, but I want there's by telling someone, like being so open like that.
Yeah.
First of all, it explains your behavior.
Yeah.
Like if you have, like maybe you're acting out or erratically or dopey or I don't know, you punched a hole in the wall or
Yeah.
like something. At the very least, you know that he's going through shit. You
Yeah.
know, so then you can either like stay away out of their way, or you know what to do to help.
Yeah.
But the main thing is they know
Yeah.
because you've told them. We've always been like that.
Yeah.
You know, and I know that she wants to know that stuff,
Yeah.
and I know that she knows that I need to, like you said, need to hear be reminded of a
Yeah.
few things.
Need it. Yeah.
But it felt good to just, and she wouldn't, you know, after telling them, like, because I was even saying to you, like, the way I feel right now, I should go to the crisis team.
Yeah.
I haven't, well, many a year now, like,
Yeah.
but that's how afraid I was.
Yeah.
After that overdose last month,
Yeah.
even though it was accidental,
Mm.
but I physically put them in my mouth, and so that means like I can't be trusted when I'm not fully behind the wheel. So
Yeah,
maybe it's a good
totally.
thing I'm drug and alcohol free,
Maybe.
because I'm pretty confident that if it was like I can drink still,
Yeah.
I'm sure after that first hospital stint, after I got out, I would have fucking downed a bottle of Bacardi
Yeah.
with you. But then by doing so,
Yeah.
I can't be trusted when I'm not
Not in
inebriated
control.
or not
Yeah.
in control.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's a hard, but I feel I think it just comes down to your relationship with your kid, with your child, or what have you.
I totally agree. And
The,
look,
the
this-
tone you've set their whole life,
Yeah.
sort of buzz.
Yeah, I think Kiana is definitely. She's years above her. Like her maturity above her age is incredible.
Oh, she helped a lot,
Yeah, but
and it helped her too.
and I'm not saying like Sophie is a few years younger, but is still very mature. Not as mature as Kiana, but yeah, I think if
No,
Rose
but I'm
was
sure
first, yeah,
Kiana, her age would have been the same.
would have been the same. Yeah, I think they're so similar, those two.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but yeah, I've always believed like the truth is. Why would you hide the truth?
yeah,
You know, why would you hide the truth from your kids? Like, yeah, people have sex. Like, we've never hidden sex from them. But so now the good thing about that is when all their classmates are like, tee penis,
yeah.
they're like,
Yeah, I agree with
and
you.
yeah, you know,
Like,
say something worthwhile or don't talk to me.
Well, it was kind of like when my brother got married at the reception. We're at this pub, right? And I said to Kiana, "Come on, like, I want to buy you a drink." Like, and I got it. Like, it was a KGB, right? And my thing is, do I want my child to learn about alcohol like the way we did? Because it was very taboo. You're not allowed to do shit back then. So then you don't really know. You just get like a bottle of Christoph or Mad Jacks or like a bottle of whatever.
Yeah.
And and kids fuck themselves up and they end up like just combing out. So just giving her I've let her taste like beer and whatnot. So, and then like one night I was just give her like another beer sort of thing, see where she's at. And so then she kind of knows, like she already knows like by tasting them what she likes and what she doesn't like.
Oh yeah.
But my thing is, again, there'll be a lot of people out there like, I'll never do that to my child until they're legal.
Yeah.
Whereas my thing is like, she's old enough now,
Well, the thing is, like, and as well, and we've said this to our kids, that when it's time to start drinking, or whatever, they want to start trying it. Sophie's starting to ask now.
Yeah. I'd rather
it's
find
here.
out from you than...
We control it.
Yeah.
We will give you what we feel you're allowed
to me, that's
have.
the right answer. The
Yeah.
openness between, I think. Also, I knew selfishly, because I was sitting in the lounge on but it was like a dining room chair, and she literally like knelt next to me, and it was just clung to me, you
Yeah.
know, and was talking to me, and after that she would constantly like pop in like, "Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like, are you sure? You know, because are you going to bed now, Dad?" I was like, "I'm going to try and sleep."
Yeah.
And she's like, "What if you can't?" I was like, "I'll just lie there all night, and get up for the odd cigarette."
Yeah.
And she's like, "But what if you can't do that?" I was like, "I'll slam on the wall."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Agreed." And she's like, so that made her feel like she didn't have to be on suicide watch, because I gave her my word, like,
Yeah.
because she knows, because our long running thing, it's kind of cute actually, is and she quite proudly like talks about it to people, is I've never broken a promise to her
Yeah.
in her entire life.
Yeah.
So like, it was just something early on when I was telling her, like, you never go back on your word.
Yeah.
Don't be, because, you know, her mum was, was let down often.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So that's what I was telling her. I'm like, see, that's why, you know, like, don't say something unless you if you say you're gonna do something, you're gonna do it for someone, or
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Always been open, man.
Yeah. I think it makes all the difference, and like,
because now you know, there's no taboo subject, and on top of that, your kids won't. Because I remember, it was when growing up. It was so far as when I had like a primary school girlfriend.
Yeah.
I was at West End. Her name
Yeah.
was Michelle, and just telling like mum and dad, like, it was like, you don't talk about that shit
yeah.
in that generation. Like, so then, you know, imagine being 16 and be like, so Dad, like, I'm gonna get it on the piss tonight. You already reckon Christopher Magic? Oh, you know what happened last time? Man?
Yeah.
Like, no way. If I said that, he'd be like, because I used to sneak out at night, because my dad was real strict growing up, man. Like,
Yeah.
So I used to do those sneak outs at night.
Yeah.
But then, like, just get fucking smashed, like drinking purple guar, like KGBs, like they were like Sprite, and sculling them like crazy, and then just puking your guts out.
Gosh, KGB.
Or like learning about like sex, like learning about drugs. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's very open.
Yeah.
But long story short, like, I had a bad day yesterday, and I reached out.
And you did well, man. Like,
No, but
I'm so happy.
I don't want to take all the. I do want to give myself some criticism though.
what?
Well, I went to go, like, I messaged yourself. I've mentioned on this podcast before, like, I have a go-to.
Yeah.
Like, basically, it's my Mount Rushmore of people I go to in panic mode.
Top 2 or 3. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's yourself, Morgan,
Yeah.
Tyron,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and my brother Pete.
Yeah.
So those are the 4. And Tyron, like, didn't get back to me because he was busy.
Busy. Yeah.
My brother was asleep because he does night shift.
Night shifts. Yeah.
Went to message Morgan,
Yeah.
and this is so fucking the hypocrisy in this sentence.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say it. I
Got it
literally
now.
was
You've
like,
committed.
yeah. So I everything. Fuck, I'm such a fucking douche for this. I literally was thinking, nah, I don't want to burden him with my shit.
Oh,
You know, like, because you know, he's not on the same level
Yeah.
of mental health,
Yeah.
on the mental health spectrum as I
Yeah.
am. Like, thank God, like, it sucks being
Yeah. Yeah.
down here.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
But he knows enough to be worried.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, I don't want to worry him. I don't want to burden him with my trouble.
Yeah.
So I didn't message the bro Morgan.
Yeah.
But we preach all the time. We literally said it the last episode.
Yeah.
Like, same example with Morgan, how he said, you know, like, oh, like, yeah, I have like my bad days and stuff, but I just feel silly compared to all your shit. Yeah, I literally did that.
Yeah.
So I can't, like, get all the praise here.
But you still did it.
Hey, yeah.
You still reached out to people.
Yeah, because how often do I call you in crisis? Got to be like once or never.
Yeah, not often.
That's why I wanted to know how.
Yeah. No, it was.
Because we talk a bit often
I
about.
was relieved when you after we got off the phone. I was relieved.
because we talk often about reaching out. Like, when I say that, I'm really telling myself that.
Yeah.
But I forgot about, like, what if you did that to me, like, where you're just like upset over the phone and going through exactly what I went through, like how wonder how I'd feel, like, you know. It's kind of like, that's why Kiana and I had a heart-to-heart, because I told her, like, I feel like a shit dad.
Yeah.
Right? Well, I was saying that to my mum. I feel like a shit son.
Yeah.
For the same sort of thing, like, not really around, like, shit friend.
Yeah.
You know, so when I said shit dad, she was, so yesterday was, so it's also a reminder that, like today, Kiana's like, how are you today? I'm like, oh, I'm okay.
Yeah.
She keeps saying, are you sure? Which I hate.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm, you know.
Yeah. Feeling better.
Because this morning, when I woke up at, like, early, Kiana was up as well. And I was actually, like, I even told her, I'm like, man, I've had, like, 3 hours sleep in 3 days. But I'm actually real perky, like, that's why I said message you. I'm like, hey, I'm good enough to record today.
Yeah.
And then I was going outside for a cigarette, and then just out of nowhere, like, just out of just deflate. But I was talking to Kiana, and then, so that's why, like, you don't seem good. You don't look good. I'm not talking physically. You just don't. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, did you remember like an hour ago when I was real chatty? I said to her, this is like a minute by minute thing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's painting a picture for me or for anyone out there, like, painting a picture for your loved ones of it's putting things in perspective for them, because now she realizes, like, how high and low you can get so instantly, exactly what you have, like the quite instant
drastic change.
And it was literally like the walk from my room down the hallway and outside,
yeah.
And by the time I sat on the step, I was like, oh, it hurt me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's amazing how volatile our mental health can be.
It can just change, like.
And there's no. Often people are like, oh, what triggered it?
Nothing.
You know, as if it's like an allergic reaction.
I walked into a room.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's it.
I blinked and breathed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just how quickly it can happen, and for me, you know, therapy is not. It's. I've tried, like, seeing counselors and therapists and, you know, like a psychologist a long time ago now, and tried it quite a few times. It never worked. It wasn't for me. But it seems to work for many people. So
it
what's
does,
wrong
yeah.
with,
but it's the same as, like,
I get more out of talking to a friend or a loved one.
But it's the same as some people go into some, like antidepressants, and it does wonders for them, and then the person right next to them takes the same thing and does nothing for them.
That's the thing.
It's just everyone's different.
I take antidepressants, right? So since therapy's not working, I'm like, can I up my antidepressant? And I can't.
Yeah.
That's they go. We don't want to, because of my kidneys.
They're gonna fine balance everything.
Yeah, they go. No, because that was pretty much what I was asking. Like, can I, like? And they go, well, physically, obviously you can.
Yeah.
But they go, no, for your kidneys, because my kidneys are like. All this talk about my pancreas, you forget about the kidneys. I forget that they're still, like, hanging by a thread, and it's like, that could be like the straw that breaks the camel's back sort of thing, is upping it. So, what do I do from here?
Yeah. Keep doing this.
Yeah, so
that's what we got to do.
Doing some. If you're leaving the comedy scene, bro, then that's because I have lately, you know, especially after that phone call about purpose, like giving myself something.
Yeah.
You know, it's easier said than done, but maybe I can try harder.
Give it a go.
But I miss it as well.
Yeah.
But if you're leaving, then fuck.
No, I mean, I'll still come to gigs.
No, but, like, I just feel like that's a sign from the universe. Like, I think
Nah, do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a sign from the universe.
Oh, sorry, I thought you say that you shouldn't do it. No, you should do it.
Yeah. So, okay, that's cool. Like, when's the next open mic?
This Thursday.
Oh, okay, it's this Thursday.
Yeah.
Who's emceeing?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's not that I have no idea. I saw it. I can't remember.
Okay.
Because I'll be at UCOL, so I don't pay much attention.
Okay. Okay, that sounds.
Because I can't go.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, a very flamboyant, openly gay man can be a gangster rapper or be a gangster? So
I
picture
think, yeah. Why not? I don't think the two need to be intertwined. Like, do you have to be a large black heterosexual male to be a gangster rapper?
bitch, you're a gangster.
But who says they have to talk like that?
Pop mother. I said flamboyant. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. That's kind of stereotyping, isn't it?
I got it
Sorry.
before you jump this week.
Okay.
That I wanted to put out.
But I'll remind you at the end
What?
about your before you jump.
This is the end.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, we're getting on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I lost track of time.
Yeah, so did I. Feel free to add your own. But I've been thinking about this the last few days, right? And you touched on it today, and I was like, exactly.
How long have you been going for?
Over an hour. Or an hour.
Who gives a shit?
An hour and some. Me.
Really? Oh, all right.
This is more for people who don't suffer from depression and then don't understand this particular thing. People can be depressed and laugh at the same time.
Yeah.
And just because someone is laughing, it does mean that they're over how they feel. And you said it yourself, like, when you feel that coming, you have to put on, like, the IT crowd and stuff and have a laugh.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that they're... So, like, if you know someone suffers from depression and they're in a real low point and you're watching a comedy and they start laughing, don't be like, oh, they're done, they're good now, I don't have to worry. Like, that's a natural reaction to laugh at something.
Yeah.
It's not all lying there crying. It is functioning normally for a lot of... I would say 90% of people who suffer from depression, they function normally on depression 90% of the time. Do you know what I mean? So they'll be depressed as shit, but you won't know. Like, you cannot tell because they will act purely normally. And just because they're laughing, it doesn't mean they're okay. Although, it doesn't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it the last few days, and yeah, it kind of came from a comment where someone was like, how can it be a mental health podcast that's comedy? I'm like, you obviously don't get it. You're not the target audience.
Oh, have you had that said to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it a mental health podcast?
'Cause,
when it's funny. I'm like, the two aren't exclusively mutual. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You can be, hate to tell you, but most comedians in the world are pretty depressed.
Yeah, it's very common.
Same as jazz musicians and fucking blues musicians. Do you know what I mean? There's a reason why that's called the blues and not the happies.
Nice.
All right. Cool, man. I'm so relieved you reached out yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you said I need to talk, I was like, oh no. And then, yeah, as soon as we were done talking, I was like, oh, cool. And Jen's like, is he okay? I was like, he'll be okay for today. Yeah. Because he reached out. She's like, oh, and I was like, I don't know about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because you can't fucking plan that far ahead.
Nah.
Take it every day.
Even today was volatile.
Yeah. But you're here. Got out of the house. That's all that matters, man. You've achieved today.
Yeah, so it's a win.
Yeah, like you've done something good for yourself. You know. You've achieved a win.
Yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah, I'm glad I did.
Alright. See everyone.
Later.